on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Bring the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's.
Coach, we have a damp and rainy afternoon in the tri-state area as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium in the Garden State of New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Miami Dolphins. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll run here with Balaj. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss last week. You thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well. And he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
52 and 56, 52 and 56.
3rd and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for the Dolphins. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They run it with Balaj. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. the Jets' 29-yard line. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. Well, that 2nd down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Tighten up. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Darnold now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now this throw caught left side and out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them the 1st down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Here's Darnold, flush to his right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Robbie Anderson, 45 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Balaj, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick-6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the second round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. In on the stop, the Pro Bowl strong safety, Jamal Adams. Well done from a safety to come up there at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle, too.
Yeah, he actually played into his position, didn't he? He's a strong safety. That means being near the line of scrimmage, cleaning up the run game, almost an extra linebacker, and he relishes the opportunities to put a big hit on a runner.
34. Slam.
Looking to throw on second down. Fitzpatrick. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Uncorks one for Davis. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills, and that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills, but they've really increased it in recent seasons.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson. 85 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the... Now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 47-yard line.
Now Fitzpatrick. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check 13. Check 13.
On third down, they run with Edmonds. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Strong.
They'll try and run with Balaj, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
57. Mike, 50. Hey, Orbit.
Here's Fitzpatrick. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Regular.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Balaj. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, you...
And that's caught inside the 35. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and a rout is on here in this first half. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. To throw on 3rd down. Fitzpatrick. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And it's for pride now, but the Dolphins get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They go play action. Fitzpatrick. Been able to find Alan Lazard. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now he'll turn and throw deep. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Push him back.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Shoot. He's coming. We got double up. Back. Wide.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Charles Harris just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
25, check 25, check 25. Check 37, check 37. Shift. SOS.
Now Darnold. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
A 1st down run for Bell, not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's 2nd down. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
2nd and 8 at the Dolphins' 25-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Bell. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Darnold from the red zone now. And he's got it complete to Anderson. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, other teams just go, okay.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brian Poole, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 68 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go, the Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.